When it comes to selling products, what do we know? That's why we have this segment. But apparently trust is very important, so it's little wonder that brands will do almost anything to get you to trust them.
A Reader's Digest survey has this week revealed Australia's most trusted brands of 2016. At the top of the list is vacuum company Dyson, followed by Energizer and Duracell batteries, Lipton tea and Samsung Electronics.
Dan Gregory, Jane Currow here to talk us through it. I mean, trust is a big word. Reliability, sure, for Duracell, but do you trust a battery? What's trust all about in marketing?
Well, it means you believe that what they promise they will do, they will do.
Okay.
And they consistently do it. And that's really all trust is based on in almost anything.
Yeah.
That means if you say something, you deliver it.
And is that from using the product and seeing that their previous products have been good?
Look, I think that's part of it. And if you have a look at some of the trusted brands, there's also a sense of nostalgia about them. That we feel a warm feeling about them. But I think the other thing, and the shift in the way trust is developed today, is about how do you handle when something goes wrong.
Yes.
I think if you're able to be honest and be straight and actually control a crisis, that's when trust really increases in brands.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, you know, some of the brands that make the top of the list, you know, have had some difficult issues.
For example.
Samsung, for example. Qantas, for example. You know, they had engines falling off planes. They, you know, took their maintenance offshore. They had a massive strike. You know,
Still
and yet,
never lost a
they're still the
passenger.
most trusted airline amongst Australians.
Yeah, I think there's a great example. Lexus had a terrific problem with the Lexus 400, and instead of doing a product recall, which is what most car companies would do, they divided their team up into small groups. They went out to every Lexus owner's home with a technician who fixed the problem they were in the driveway with an apology and with a gift.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's good.
Yes. And that's just actually courteous, good behaviour. Whereas when you look at VW and the trouble they've been having with claiming something that they then failed comprehensively to deliver.
Well, their problem was it was fraud.
Yes,
so
exactly.
it's a pretty easy way to break trust, right?
They lied.
Yeah.
And they are going to have tremendous trouble building that trust back up, because trust is hard to get. It's over time, and you're absolutely right, it's often the brands from our childhood that always give us what they say they'll give us over time, and it's very easy to lose.
It seems very appropriate that Reader's Digest should do this, given how trustworthy you would assume.
Well, you can trust them to just about stuff up any shortening of any great literature, but yes.
Okay, so Reader's Digest might not make your list, but might hear your list next week. Thank you both, Dan, Jane.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
You always trust them to brighten up a dentist's waiting room, Jane.
Well,
Yes, from 19... It's usually an edition from 1994.
I thought you were talking about Jane and Dan.
To brighten up a dentist's waiting room.
They're always in my dentist's waiting room.
When I take the happy gas, I start to see Dan and Jane spinning around my head.
Hello.
That's trust.
That's
Ahead this
scary.
morning,
Creepy.
Really? Yeah, I'm scared now.
Essential News.